Alright guys, just about ready to go here. It's 8:30, we're going to get this rolling. I posted a link to our next break, which is going to be a dual case. We only have 8 spots left in it. It is a jumbo case plus a sealed case of 2022 Bowman Chrome HTA. So HTA has 36 autos, jumbo has 24. That's 60 autos that you can hit in that break, and it's a great one. 8 spots left in it, $275 a spot. I believe there's some discounting as well if you buy more than one spot. Take a look at the link that I posted, and you'll be glad you did. Super Jumbo time. This is eBay break number 30E. We're going to get it started. We're going to be doing a Super Jumbo break every night of the week through Thursday, so keep it locked to BGN_cards. Follow us on eBay and on Instagram and on YouTube at RotoBreaks on YouTube, and then BGN_cards on eBay as well as Instagram. And here we go, box number 1. Out the gate. Kind of bummed I can't watch this Bills-Bengals game, but I am happy that you guys are here with us tonight at RotoBreaks, and hope that you guys stay. Come for the breaks, stay for the banter. Feel free to ask questions, make comments, etc. We're basically through with shipping breaks from earlier, from late last week. A few more to get through and everything will be shipped out. And then we'll start sorting and shipping these breaks from this week. So we're moving things, and we're getting you your cards in a timely fashion. Okie dokie. Box 1 begins. It's like we're starting with some Orioles, Dougie Hood. I found that Dougie Hood sometimes rolls with Jackson Holiday in these breaks, so not a bad sign to be hitting some Dougie Hood. And we got Michael Hernandez to the Orioles as well. This is a purple paper to 250. And guys, click on the link that I posted in the chat. That's our next break. Dual caser. Only 8 spots left last time I checked. And we'll break that tonight when it fills. So if you guys are looking to get in on another break tonight, that's the one. It's going to be Jumbo and HTA. Full cases of each. So 2 cases. George Valera to $4.99 going out to the Guardians. Guy has an auto. Didn't even know that. Okie doke. We got Willie Vasquez to the Rays. This is to 99. Green paper. We sleeve and top load anything numbered, and it's at my discretion on base and non-numbered refractors what we sleeve, and that's something that we put in the terms of our description for the auction. So if you guys have questions, we try to be pretty detailed there, so definitely read our description. It's thoughtfully written. I might throw my iPad up in between the next box just so I get some glimpses of that Monday night game. Looks like a good one. I'm pretty stoked about football. My Giants won yesterday pretty big. That was awesome. Danny De Los Santos to $4.99 for the Pirates. Get rid of this base paper. I call this out every break, but we separate out this base paper because it's not part of the teams you purchase. We sell it as its own independent spot in the break. Our first auto will go out to the Orioles, and it is Dougie Hood III. Dougie Hood III. Next up, we have Justin Boyd going out to the Reds. This is a purple refractor of Justin Boyd. Outfield prospect for the Reds. And then we have the Angels hitting with Ben Joyce. This is number 30 of 99. It's a green refractor. That'll go out to the Angels. We then have a Justin Campbell to the Guardians. This is 74 of 199. Aqua Ray Wave. And then we have another Guardians hit of their best prospect, and this is a base auto of Chase DeLauda. So the Guardians with a nice start. Chase DeLauda, a top 15 pick in the draft, I believe. Number 16. I stand corrected. And then we will dig for some treasure. Elijah Green. Denzer Guzman to the Angels. That's the 75. Crawford refractor. Brooks Lee. Jace Jung. Card avalanche. Don't love when that happens. Let us see some Crawford colors. Steve Hanschel, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to put that Bengals game up on the iPad. Give me 1 minute while I do that. Man, looks like the Bengals scored a touchdown. Cool. I think if I had to choose, I'm probably rooting for the Bengals in this one. I have more Joe Burrow cards than I have Josh Allen's. DeLauda, Chase Young insert, Cole Young refractor. Gavin Cross refractor, Cole Young base. We are doing an auction every night this week through Thursday for Pick Your Team Super Jumbos. So if you're interested in more of these, and you like buying on eBay, free market pricing, follow us there. So we're going to be doing more of these. So that's box number 1. Our process is we sleeve these cards top load the number ones, and then move on. We're one box into this break, so fear not. Plenty more. And if you click the link that's in the chat where I say next break, you could get into our next break. Steve Hanchel's in it. He just commented, join Steve in our next break. You'll be glad you did. Box number 2 coming at you live. If you're watching this on YouTube later, then you're watching it recorded. We do post these breaks to YouTube almost immediately after the break on Facebook. We like to give people options where to view this. Make sure that it's up on 2 places, so you know the videos there can be watched easily and freely. Funny that in the future we'll see how these prospects pan out, but you know, we casually hit these names that we don't think of much now, but some of these 4th, 5th, 6th round picks might turn into the next Aaron Judge or Mike Trout, Mike Piazza. You just don't know. So don't get too caught up on the draft pick. Do your research. Buy the guys you like. I'm kind of bummed out the Yankees' first round pick, Spencer Jones, isn't in this. He would have been a guy I was chasing, but I guess they're holding him for 2023 Bowman. And that'll be cool, because then I'll chase him there. Alright, box 2. Box 2. Caden Wallace to $4.99 for the Royals. Yeah, I could call out the names and teams of the guys that I'm sleeving. I figure it's a little boring watching me do that, but I sure could. Good suggestion, Todd. I usually will set aside players that are like top 10, top 15 picks. Not all of them, mostly hitters. This is Gabriel Hughes to $4.99 for the Rockies. He's a top 10 pick, number 10 overall. So the Rockies with a nice hit. How's life? Life's good. It's a new year. Full of new cards. Can't complain. You coming to Palm Beach, Michael? Or are you going to go to Dallas? Which one's it going to be? New year, same old me. That's how I'll phrase it. Not really going to do too much too differently to start the year. So there's that. Staying home. No need for you to be at any shows. The card community needs you at the shows, Brew. Don't take that away. Rossman Verdugo. Verdugo means executioner. Cool name to $1.99. pretty pumped up about the Giants. I texted my brother yesterday, and I told him I think we're going to destroy the Colts, and I predicted the exact score. I told him it's going to be 38-10, and that we'd score a defensive touchdown. I have the text to prove it. Guessed the exact score, and that there would be a defensive touchdown. I didn't bet on it, but that was pretty good. Yeah, it's nice to have some good football to watch. I'll say that. The game tonight is surprisingly an interesting one. Bengals versus the Bills. This is Ryan Cermak going to the Rays. We seem to hit a good amount of this guy, and a lot of times it results in other really good players in the case. Who's your team, Mike? We got Ryan Ritter to the Rockies. Like the Titans? Who's your team? Cowboys? Titans? Packers. All right. Everyone likes the Packers. Hanschel likes the Packers. You like the Packers. This is a Blake Burkhalter, 131-150, going to the Braves. Yeah, the Packers, they're looking much improved. Those young receivers are finally starting to gel a little bit with Mr. Rogers. This is a Sonny DiChiara, 145-250, going to the Angels. They have destiny in their hands, so if they could pull it off, that would be nice. And here's another Blake Burkhalter, so the Braves really having a very nice box here. There you go. We got the Packers crew in here between Austin, Michael, and Steve Hanschel. I know that we got at least 3 Packers fans here. So this guy is a second-round pick, and we just hit 2 color autos of him. Not bad. Put this one up. Number to 71, 5 of 71. Yeah, that's the whole thing. You get hot, you go into the playoffs. That's where things happen. I mean, I'm a Giants fan, so I remember back in 07, this is Mikey Romero for Boston, Elijah Green for the Nats. Back in 07 and back in 011, this is Jace Jung with a refractor to the Tigers. Parada to the Mets. Vaquero with a variation, that's nice, to the Nationals. 2010. I actually went to Green Bay for the last time the Giants made the playoffs. It was cold, I'll say that. The Green Bay local suggested that I put a piece of, what was it, styrofoam under my feet, and that if I didn't do that, my feet would freeze. So they actually gave me some styrofoam, and that was really nice of them. And then the Packers won, so that kind of sucked. I made the trip from New Jersey to Green Bay. Jace Jung to the Tigers, the base. This is a Kobe Mayo to 199. There you go. Go G-Men. Romero is your guy. So, Todd, do you have the Red Sox in this one? Cole Young for the Mariners. Zach Neto, Angels. Gotta be Odell Beckham back in 016 when we played the Packers in the playoffs over there. But he became a lunatic, and the Giants really just had to get rid of him. That's basically what happened. He started being too difficult. Here's a Romero base for the Red Sox in the locker room, and they just had to move him. This is a nice one. Gold parallel heir apparent for the Mariners, and this is Cole Young, a top 5 pick, I believe, in the draft, and this one's a gold refractor numbered to 50. So we'll put that up on the stand. Hopefully we'll knock it off of there. with some autos, but a nice one to be sure. OBJ, Plaxico, yeah. And it's been a while. Brooks Lee Twins. Right now, we're really running out some low-end receivers. Here's Kumar Rocker for the Rangers. We got our leading receivers. I think it's, what's his name? Richie James. Dylan Beavers with a purple refractor to the Orioles. This is the other first-round pick for the Orioles. Yeah, I think it's time for, Brady to probably hang him up. I mean, it's a unbelievable thing the guy's playing at 45 years old. I don't know how in the world he's doing it. Yeah, Hakeem Nicks and Victor Cruz, those guys were awesome too. The Giants, they've always made their bones with the pass rush. When I was growing up, it was Strahan, Tuck, OC, those guys. And I think we finally got some pass rushers. Kayvon Thibodeau, his leg is healed up. He had an MCL injury to start the year, and he's just turned into an absolute monster. It was pretty bad that he was... I don't know if you watched the game, but he sacked Nick Foles and injured him. And he was doing snow angels on the field for about 12 seconds while Nick Foles was just writhing in pain on the ground. It wasn't a great look, but he's become a hell of a player. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. I didn't view that as the greatest look, but that guy is turning into an absolute monster. He had a sack, fumble, touchdown against the Commanders. Basically ended their season. They haven't recovered from that. They have to switch quarterbacks back to Carson Wentz. That's just... Yeah, that pretty much ended their season. You gotta think so. I don't think he was really... I don't think he knew he hurt Foles. And it wasn't a severe injury. I think it was kind of like a rib / wind knocked out of him kind of thing. But either way, yeah, you shouldn't do that when you injure someone. I was watching it live, and it just kept dragging on. He was doing these snow angels for a long time. It was pretty bad. But the Giants really killed him. It was a good weekend. Now, making the playoffs for the first time since 2016. We're sitting here in 2023 now, so it's between 6 and 7 years not being in the playoffs. It's about time. So I'm pretty pumped up. It looks like the Giants also have a 91% chance of playing the Vikings in the playoffs. And I think the Vikings are a beatable team. I'm not saying that the Giants will beat them. They came very close the other week. And just missed with a couple of mistakes they made. But I think the Vikings are beatable, is how I'd phrase it. I think they do want the Vikings in the Dome. It's them or the Niners. I don't want the Niners. This is Colson Montgomery to $4.99 for the White Sox. I'd rather play the Vikings in the Dome than play the 49ers. They're very well coached. And they're stout against the run. I don't like it. Giants almost beat them in Minnesota the other week. Give me Minnesota. 91% chance. Looks like the Cubs are going to hit 2 autos so far. 2 for 2 in this box. We got Dustin Harris to $4.99 for the Texas Rangers here. I don't want to play the 49ers in the first round. Give me the Vikings. Let's take a chance. Giants are playing with house money. Most people had them as a 5-win team this year, and they're in the playoffs. So it's a win. I'm a big Daniel Jones fan. I think the Giants are going to re-sign him, and I'm happy about that. I have a lot of cards of him. His stuff hasn't gone up yet. If you're on the fence, buy a few before they do. This is Yendry Rojas with a really cool looking color match. 42 of 50 for the Padres. Yeah, I don't put it past Tom Brady beating anyone, to be honest with you. Philly's very talented, though. They have basically an all-star team, especially on that defensive side. They're a scary team, man. And then A.J. Brown. I don't know how Tennessee let him walk out the door. That guy is unreal. So, pains me to say it, because I strongly dislike the Eagles, but they're a good team. They're tough. They rolled the Giants. Yeah, Packers 49ers. We're jumping the gun a little with the Packers, but I think with Rodgers controlling his own destiny, it's not a bad call. Someone's down for the Bills. I'm watching the game here. Better not be. No, they're on defense. It's not Josh Allen. That would be brutal. Nick York to the Red Sox. This is to 199. I mean, the Titans are a weird team right now. I think Malik Willis looks a lot worse than people thought during the draft, too. He can't throw the ball. It's pretty bad. We start the autos here with the Phillies. They're a tough hit in this set. This is Gabriel Rincones to Philadelphia. A nice hit. He's their only auto in this product, so nice hit for the Phillies. We then have another Ryan Cermak. This one is numbered to 71. Tampa hitting another really nice Ryan Cermak. We hit this guy a lot. We also hit a lot of Jackson Holiday, so go figure. But second round pick for the Rays. I happen to think the Rays draft extremely well, so he's probably going to be a stud. Ryan Ritter to the Rockies. This is 175 of 199. Do the Yanks beat out the Astros for best in the AL? Who did the Astros replace Verlander with? That's a question I have. I know they got Jose Abreu at first base, and that's not too bad. We got Nazier Mule. This guy apparently slipped in the draft due to some issues that I need to do a little research on, but he supposedly is much better than what his draft pick implies. And then we have another Cubs hit. This is Cade Horton, a top 10 pick to the Cubs. Cade Horton on the board for the Cubbies. So two nice hits for the Cubs in the same box. Yeah, that's going to be tough. I mean, the Astros are a tough team in general. I hate playing them. Obviously don't like playing at home. You know, they have a history of trying to find an edge. This is Jace Jung with a refractor to Detroit. But every team has a window too. And the Astros have been winning pretty consistently for a long time. Man, looks like someone on the Bills got injured bad. That's not good. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You have a window to win. I don't know if the Astros are starting to come out of that window. I hope they are for the Yankees' sake. This is Termarr Johnson. Zach Neto, Brooks Lee with a refractor to the Twins. Jet Williams to the Mets with a refractor. Zach Neto base to the Angels. Henry Williams, Sparkle to the Padres. Chase the Louder refractor to the Guardians. I mean, Verlander was a Cy Young. You subtract the Cy Young off your team, it's not a great look. But they're stout, man. And Yordan Alvarez looks like he's coming into his own. Here's a Jackson Holiday base for the Orioles. Melendez to the D-backs. Elijah Green to the Nats. Jackson Holiday insert. Gavin Cross to the Royals. I mean, looking at the Yankees roster, they got a shot to do something. I mean, I'm not going to say they're a slam dunk. Here's Eric Brown with a refractor to the Brewers. And this Sal Stewart, he's actually one of the better power hitting prospects in this product. This is a purple refractor, non-auto going to Cincinnati, who, in sorting this product, they have so many cards. If you're looking to get volume of cards, buy the Reds. The Yankees signed Carlos Rodon. So they actually did sign a pretty big pitcher. We'll see. Rodon has an injury history, but he's been healthy the past 2 years, and he's actually been one of the better pitchers in the league. I think if Rodon's healthy, he's good. This is a holiday insert. Tamar Johnson insert. Elijah Green to the Nats. Chase Jung to the Tigers. And a Kumar Rocker refractor to the Rangers. We're coming up on the halfway point of this here break. Got a blue refractor back there in this one. This is Cole Young to the Mariners with a base. Luis Meza, Blue Jays to 150. That's a color match. Nice. Yeah, I don't know what the Rangers... They have to overpay guys to get them in the door. And they were terrible last year, even though they signed some big guys like Seager and Semien. I mean, I watched plenty of Mets games, and DeGrom is legitimately the best pitcher in the league. Problem is, he's been nicked up for a little bit now. So if they can catch lightning in a bottle with DeGrom, that's a very big addition. But that's the thing you gotta think about. How bad was Semien last year? I remember looking at his numbers at some point, and they were comically bad. I don't know what he finished with. But going into that free agency year, he balled out with the Blue Jays and then kind of fell off a cliff. I don't know why. There's obviously some reasons why. He was Gallo bad. Yeah, that's pretty bad. The Twins signed Gallo, which is interesting. I mean, the thing with Gallo next year is that they eliminated the shift, and that's kind of interesting for players like Gallo. You know, what happens to dead pull hitters when you take away the shift? Kind of changes things a little bit. I'm curious with Bellinger on the Cubs, if he could turn his career around. That would be an interesting one. I just don't know about Bellinger's motor. He just seems like a little lackadaisical. But I don't know him personally. Could only... They did. I mean, they legislated the shift out of the game. So at this point, you know, I look at a guy like Rizzo on the Yankees. He's going to have a better year because he can hit it to opposite field, but he had a ton of outs because of that shift. It reminds me of like players like Mark Teixeira. When he started off, he was a pretty good average hitter. Then the shift came into vogue, and it really killed him. He would just hit straight ropes into the shift, and his average dipped under 250 later on in his career. But that guy with no shift would have been a beast. So it's worth thinking about, especially like in this hobby as well. If there's no shift, it might change a little bit of who has monster years next year. If you have to play everyone straight up, something to think about. I don't think Joey Gallo's batting 300 even without the shift, but you know, he might. Yeah, Teixeira used to just straight crush those, and they would just be right at some guy. It was terrible. He was ticked off at it. He was pretty vocal about it too, because I used to listen to the sports radio in New York, and he would come on and just be like, "This shift is killing my game." It's like I'm destroying the ball, and I'm batting 225. right at him. Man, I got this Bills-Bengals game on in the corner, and it's been like 2 commercials worth of injury timeout. They're getting some ambulance out. Not looking good. I didn't see the play, but this doesn't look good at all. Yikes. Yeah, this doesn't look good. It's been like 2 commercial breaks straight. Like I'm not watching the game intently. I'm just kind of referring back to it, but it's not good. That's a scary thing about football. What a crazy violent sport. Love it, but gotta be crazy to play it. Chase Madroth to $4.99 here for the Red Sox with a sky blue paper. And this is, I think, the 3rd commercial they're going to trying to get that guy off the field. Prayers up for him. I didn't really see who it was. Wow. So it wasn't a contact injury? Yikes. That's scary. Thomas Harrington to the Pirates. This one, purple paper to $2.50. It wasn't like he got hit and therefore got injured. He just collapsed. That's even scarier. Ooh, we got a redemption, guys. I mean, yeah, me too. I'm. If you're half watching, I am like 1/20th watching. We got a redemption here. Not going to spoil it. Leave it upside down. That's a potentially nice card that we could hit. There's a lot of good prospects that are redemptions. Woof. That's brutal. Well, prayers up for the player on the Bills. You never want to see that. That's the worst part about football. It's such a cool game. And you talk about the hard hits and the speed of these guys, but it's just so brutal. So brutal. Justin Campbell here for the Guardians, and this is a blue paper numbered to 150. Guardians. Yeah, they just panned back to it, and it's just I wonder if they're even going to continue the game. That's crazy. Yeah, let's change the subject. Jeremy needs an Eric Brown Jr. I know you wrote Wine Brown, but there's no such thing as Wine Brown. I knew what you were talking about. Right, I mean, Eric Brown Jr. is a redemption, so it's a possibility. I'll leave the redemption for last. Alright, we'll start on the right-hand side. We start with the Tampa Bay Rays hitting another auto here, and this is Trevor Martin, cousin of Ricky Martin. Trevor Martin, number to 250 for the Rays. Next up, we got a Jacob Marcy to the San Diego Padres. This one, a base auto, going out to the Friars of San Diego. Then we have the Guardians hitting it again. The Guardians have had a nice break here. I'll say that. Definitely hit a nice number of autos, including a Chase DeLauder. And this one's Justin Campbell, number to 499. First round pick, 37th overall, so not bad right there. And then we have the Angels hitting this guy again, Ben Joyce, 76 of 150. I think we previously hit a green refractor auto of this guy. It's tough, man. Eric Brown is just, he's like a ghost. Romero is indeed a redemption as well. So a lot of people vying for this redemption. I know Brooks Lee is one. One thing I've seen with these redemptions, a lot of inserts are redemptions. Let's try to hit a first prospect auto, though. That's what we want. You are due to receive a Chrome prospect auto. That's a good sign. Of Robbie Snelling. That wasn't on anyone's bingo list. Robbie Snelling, a first-round pick. Hard-throwing lefty, I believe, for the Padres. So the Padres getting the redemption. Quality pitcher was not on anyone's bingo board. We were thinking other names. Congrats to San Diego indeed. And now we dig for some treasure in these piles. Jet Williams to the Mets. DeLauder to the Guardians. Termarr Johnson to the Pirates. Zach Neto with a refractor to the Angels. I don't know if any spots were taken, but I'll post the link again to the dual caser that we have listed. Let me take a quick look at that. I know we had 8 spots left. Looks like we have 7 spots left. You guys should get in on this. If you enjoy these breaks, I'll post the link. Yeah, I bought a Gavin Cross redemption. I bought a true red refractor redemption. I might have overpaid on it, but I like his swing. He's got that nice lefty swing. Might have gone a little ham, but I try to take a few shots on reds a year. This is a Zach Neto base. We have a gold refractor in the back here. This is a Kumar Rocker base. If you guys click on the link I posted, we have 7 spots left in our dual caser of HTA, so 36 autos in that, as well as Bowman Draft Jumbo. This is a Zach Neto Invicta. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate that. Cole Young with the base of the Mariners. And then we have a gold refractor, Emmanuel Rodriguez to the Twins. It's numbered to 50. Not a first Bowman Chrome, so yeah, we really want the first Bowman color. That Emmanuel Rodriguez, not a first. Termarr Johnson with an insert for the Pirates. Brandon Barrera, first round pick for the Blue Jays. That's a refractor. Elijah Green base to the Nationals. Rain Duncan with a sparkle for the Doyers. Jordan Beck, first round pick for the Rockies. That's a refractor. Yeah, I don't know what you want to go with. You want to go with Brew? You want to go with Michael, Hunter? I don't know. That's up to you, man. I've heard we're ditching the Brew brand. I don't know what we're doing here. So you gotta let us know. Chase Jung with the base. Well, change your name on Facebook then. That's what you gotta do. Jackson Holiday base, Melendez base for the Orioles and Diamondbacks respectively. And then we have a really nice one. Then you should call yourself Brew Hunter or Michael Brew Hunter with quotes on the brew. That's what I vote for. This Zach Neto is a purple refractor going to the Angels. One of the premier prospects. This one's numbered 187 of 250. That's a good card. Non-auto, but one of the premier players. Hell yeah, there you go. Austin, I assume, yeah. I've actually hit quite a few Neto autos, so I wouldn't lose hope. We might hit some here. Brooks Lee with the base of the Twins. Typically, I see Neto autos with Holiday autos, and we've hit quite a bit of both. Cole Young to the Mariners with a refractor. Parada Mets. Here's a Mikey Romero base for the Red Sox. Tanner Cueva to 199 for the Rangers. Ugh. Look at this one. This came out of the pack like this. I don't even know what's going on here. That's creased on the front only. That is some sort of rough-shaped card. I agree. A holiday auto would be nice, and it's not out of the question. Some of these guys I've definitely seen rolling with holiday autos. I've opened something like 15 cases of Super Jumbo, and we've hit quite a few Jackson holiday autos. We hit a gold, a blue, a sparkle, many base autos, an insert auto as well. So our cases have been full of holiday and full of Netto as well. 2 boxes left. Wouldn't put it past us to be hitting one. Not out of the question by any stretch. And I do sleeve a good number of these cards that aren't hits or numbered. I know that people like to grade them, so I try to make sure to keep them in good shape for you guys. We also use special penny sleeves that I like to show on these breaks. They have, and I'll try to show them against a dark color background. Not the greatest here, it's like kind of gross, but let me get some cardboard. Let's do that. If you look at this, we cut the, I don't know much about holiday. I mean, it was the first pick, so people go crazy for that. The corners are cut on both sides of these penny sleeves. And it might seem like an insignificant thing, but these are the only penny sleeves I use, and we won't nick corners. That could be the difference between a PSA 9 and 10, and that's big time. You know, a lot of times if you get cards back from a breaker, you'll notice one of the corners is nicked, and that's a problem. You get a PSA 9, you don't get any value bump. You get a PSA 10, you're talking about 2 to 3x what that card is as a non-graded card. And that's what we use exclusively. I bought something like 30,000 of these penny sleeves for Bowman Chrome / Bowman Draft, and that's all we use. So yeah, we don't nick your corners, at least as a result of penny sleeves. I don't know what's going on in this game here. I see guys walking. Are they walking off the field? Are they stopping the game? It looks like they're stopping the game. I don't have any volume on or anything, but I see both teams walking off the field. This is pretty crazy. Must be very serious. Yikes. Wow. This is like the scene you never want to see in football. That's kind of, it makes the hair stand up on your neck. That's scary. Wow. Yeah, I mean, that reads to me that the guy, I hope he's alive. That's terrible. Whoa. I mean, there have been some brutal ones. I remember, what was it, like Ryan Shazier? I don't think they even suspended that game. Brutal. Wow. Alright, box number 5 out of 6. And let's start hitting some monsters here. We got a Nate Savino to $4.99 for the D-backs. I've actually got quite a few 2022 Bowman Chrome cases. And I bring this up on a lot of breaks, but I think that product ultimately might end up being the best release of the year. The whole thing was hitters. This is Connor, I don't know. I'm going to say Herpy, but it's Hayerp, something like that. This guy was a high draft pick, 22nd overall. He's got to like put some pronunciation around his name. Connor Herjerpy. Let's just go with that. Purple paper to the Cardinals on that one. All hitters in 2022 Bowman Chrome. And I think that product's going to come back very, very strong. I'm kind of holding off on moving it as of now. Gabriel Rincones to the Phillies. I was debating doing a 5-case player break, but it's risky. I was going to do it on eBay. I'll think about it, but to me, that product's going to come back very strong. Yeah, that's kind of my thought. I'm trying not to rush it with that product. This is a good name. Anthony Volpe to $4.99. I think we're going to see him this year on the ball field. Some of those prospects in 2022 Bowman Chrome, you don't know who they are. And some of them are just going to come out and just absolutely bust out. And then that product will get crazy again. So I would advise, while it's cheap, if you like buying wax, maybe buy it on the low. Get some of those players cheap. I've been buying them steadily. I've been buying some Vaquero and Yanquiel Fernandez, Roderick Arias. I've been buying all those guys. Yeah, Bruce, send me something on that. Thinking about it, but probably not going to do it for a while. Troy Melton to the Tigers. Next up, we got a true blue auto going to the Cardinals. This is Jimmy Crooks, the third. I don't know if you could trust someone named Crooks, but a nice hit for the St. Louis Cardinals there. Jimmy Crooks. Next up, Joe Lampe. I love Lamp. To the Guardians. Next up, Drake Baldwin to the Braves. The Braves seem to hit an awful lot of autos in Bowman drafts. Just an absurd number of autos. And then we got a really nice one. This one, number 69 of 99. Cade Horton to the Cubs. Congrats on this hit. Cade Horton, one of the top pitching prospects. Top 10 pick in the 2022 draft. Congrats to the Cubs. Just had to get some bigger top loaders, the 55 pointers for the color. Nice one for the Cubs. We have one full box left. We'll dig for some other cards in this pile. Elijah Green to the Nationals to Invicta. Here's a James Wood, former Padres great James Wood to the Nationals. This is numbered to 99. Got a blue refractor back there in this one. Here's a Neto base to the Angels. Kumar Rocker base to the Rangers. Oh, and this is a nice one to the Mets. Team color, blue true refractor, Kevin Parada. That's a good card. I've hit a few. Yeah, I mean, Hivlev I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. I mean, I didn't see what happened, but the guy, I hope he's alive. I don't know. Kevin Parada for the Mets. This is a team color, 29 of 150. Possible jersey number, I would say. I've hit a few Invicta autos. One of the interesting ones, I hit this Brian Acuna one that was numbered to 50, and it looked like a gold cracked ice kind of a pattern. It was like a gold atomic. Very nice looking card. There's sticker autos, though, which kind of is a bummer. I really love Bowman products with the on-card autos. I don't know why they'd put stickers. This is a Cole Young to the Mariners base. Doesn't seem like a great need to be. They're sending these guys the cards anyways. Why not sign on card for even the inserts? Reggie Crawford refractor for the Giants. Dylan Lesko with a refractor for the Padres. Parada for the Mets, that's base. Romero base for the Red Sox. The Louder base, Guardians. Termarr Johnson for the Pirates. Jet Williams, Mets. Gabriel Hughes with the refractor for the Rockies. We do have one full box left. There's a Aquaray Wave in this box lurking. Maybe we'll get a good player there. Here's an Elijah Green refractor for the Nats. Elijah Green with an insert as well. Brooks Lee with a base for the Twins. Matt McClain to 199 for the Reds. That'll do it for box 5 of 6. Yeah, they're putting the notes there that he collapsed on the field, so doesn't seem like it was related to like a hit of some sort. That's crazy. I don't know if you guys remember, but I remember when I was a kid, there was this show on ESPN called Playmakers, and it was about football. It wasn't like explicitly the NFL, but it was about football, and I thought it was a really good show, but it didn't depict NFL players in the best light. I don't know if you guys remember it. The NFL, I think, made, I think ESPN put it out. They made them cancel the show after a season. It's kind of a bummer. If you haven't seen it, I don't know if it holds up over time, but it was a cool show. I don't know why I just remembered that, but that show was really cool, and kind of wish they had shows like that. Last box of this break. Last box, let's see if we got some mojo. We've hit some monsters, so I feel like in Super Jumbo, anything's fair game. I mean, the things that we've hit out of this product are absolutely insane, so I wouldn't be shocked to pull a Jackson Holiday and Neto out of this box. That's all I'm saying. Would not shock me in the slightest. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It was a good show. I don't know why I just remembered it. Something must have rattled that out of me, but I was like, man, what happened? I think it was something political. Like the NFL didn't like how it portrayed the players, so they made ESPN cancel it, but it was a cool show. A show I'm enjoying now that isn't necessarily like cinematically perfect, I think it's just enjoyable, is Tulsa King on Paramount. Paramount's been putting out some really nice shows with the whole Yellowstone and 1923 and all of that. They've really stepped their game up. I've been watching a lot of shows on the Paramount app. Alright, fellas. Last box mojo. Good luck to everyone. Hopefully we hit what you're looking for. And if we don't, it's not because we didn't try to. Okay, Kumar Rocker is going to be our first auto, it looks like. Yes. Kumar Rocker auto coming up. So we start off hot in the last box. Jason Morabel here to $4.99 for Texas as well. So Texas hitting twice in the first pack of the first box. I will do a recap of all the hits at the end after we sleeve up the remaining cards. Dylan Lesko looks like the second auto, so 2 nice autos in a row. Dylan Lesko, one of the best pitching prospects in this product. Angel Martinez with a green paper to the Guardians. The way I do the recap is I will show all of the cards that I top load. I won't call them out individually. And then I will call out all of the autos. So if you stick around for the recap, that's the format I do it in. I do it so that you could see what was hit. Like if you get your cards in the mail and you want to make sure you got the right cards, I find it to be an effective way to recap it without taking up too much time, but also showing you guys what was hit in the case that you bought into. I do think we're coming up on being due for a Superfractor first Chrome Auto. We're getting to that point here at Roto Breaks. We've hit 2 insert Superfractor autos. We have not hit a first Superfractor yet. So it's getting to that point where we should hit one sometime soon. Here's an Arrow Vera to 250 for the Angels. Doesn't look like this turned out to be a Holiday Neto box, but we've had probably about 5 or 6 of those in our Super Jumbo cases. I've almost come to expect them, and we should have a few more. I'm doing a Super Jumbo break every night on eBay this week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Might take a little break on Friday. And then get back to it. Last box, though. We'll start it off with a nice one. This is Kumar Rocker, Texas Rangers, 3rd overall pick in the draft. Kumar Rocker, former Met great. He was a Met for about a day. They didn't sign him, and then he went 3rd in the draft. Classic Mets. This one is very nice. The Padres hitting a nice card. Dylan Lesko. Honestly, this guy, he had some major hype. I remember watching the draft, and the guys on the draft love talking about Dylan Lesko. 6'2", 195, born in 03, 15th overall pick. This guy had a .35 ERA as a junior. Gatorade National Player of the Year. So, I mean, I know pitchers don't get the love, but that's a good player. Dylan Lesko, true blue auto for the Padres. Then we have Detroit on the board with a gold wave. This is Troy Melton, 29 of 50. Going to the Tigers. Nice hit for Detroit. Then we have the Mets on the board with a base auto of DeAndre Smith. And then a refractor auto going to the Cubs of Brandon Birdsell. Comes from a long line of aviary businessmen. Brandon Birdsell. And then we'll get through the rest of these and do a recap. There's a Brooks Lee base for the Twins. Mikey Romero refractor for the Red Sox. Tamar Johnson refractor for the Pirates. Jackson Holiday and Melendez base there. Gavin Cross base for the Royals. Here's a nice one. Gavin Cross and Mason Barnett with a blackjack insert. Green refractor should be numbered to 99. So Gavin Cross, one of the better prospects. 43 of 99 going out to the Royals. Nice little bonus hit. Parada with a refractor for the Mets. 3 piles left. We'll sleeve and top load and then do a recap. Mikey Romero base for the Red Sox. Parada base for the Mets. Williams base for the Mets. The Louder base Guardians. Alexis Hernandez to 199 for the Cubs. Two piles left. We have a mood ring. Those are kind of fun. Elijah Green base for the Nats. Jace Jung base, Tigers. Gavin Cross with a mood ring insert for the Royals. Got a purple back there. Cole Young base, Mariners. Cole Young Invicta for the Mariners. Samuel Munoz with a purple to 250 for the Doyers. Reggie Crawford refractor for the Giants. We'll sleeve these up, and then we will do a recap. We do have another break available on Facebook. It is a dual case of Jumbo and HTA. I don't know how many spots are left. I haven't checked recently. There were 7 spots left last time I checked. I do intend to break it tonight. So if you guys want to get in on another break I'll be doing, buy a spot. You'll be glad you did. Try to be very clear how we handle the cards, what we top load, and then we try to sleeve the good stuff as determined at our discretion. Okay, so like I said, we will do the non-autos by just showing them on camera, and then we will do the autos and call out each card. So we'll start with the non-autos. There goes my mouse. Those were the non-autos in this break. We'll recap the autos now and call them out. Got a Bird Cell Refractor, DeAndre Smith base. We got Troy Melton Gold Wave, Drake Baldwin base, Lampy base, Melton base, Robbie Snelling Redemption base, Ben Joyce to 150 Blue Wave, Justin Campbell Refractor, Marcy base, Trevor Martin to 250, Cade Horton base, Nazier Mule base, Ryan Ritter to 199, Rincones to 499, DeChara to 250, Burkhalter to 150 Blue Wave, Ryan Ritter base, Cermak Refractor, Justin Campbell to 199, Ben Joyce to 99 green, Justin Boyd to 250, Dougie Hood base. We also had this Cole Young, that was numbered to 50, not an auto. Jimmy Crooks with a True Blue to 150, Kumar Rocker base auto, Blake Burkhalter Sparkle to 71, Chase DeLauder base auto, Dylan Lesko with a Blue Refractor True Blue to 150, Ryan Cermak to 71 for the Rays. Zach Neto, purple non-auto to the Angels, and a Cade Horton green refractor auto to 99 for the Cubs. We will post this video on YouTube as well. Thank you guys for joining, and we'll hopefully see you next time here at Roto Breaks and on eBay at BGN_cards. Take care, fellas.